We are drawn to connection. It is a fundamental human need. In the past, we gathered around campfires and town squares. We shared stories. We built community through shared experience. Today, the glow of the screen has replaced the glow of the fire. Internet memes and viral trends have become our new communal spaces. They are the inside jokes of a global village. They offer a sense of belonging in a world that often feels fragmented and vast. A simple image with a clever caption can make us feel seen. It can articulate a feeling we thought was uniquely our own, only to find it is shared by millions. This digital folklore is powerful. It moves at the speed of light. A video, a phrase, a dance can circle the globe in hours. We participate because it feels good to be part of something. It is a low-stakes way to join a massive, unfolding conversation. This shared language creates temporary tribes, binding us together through humor and relatability. It is a simple, immediate form of social bonding. The meme is a Trojan horse. It arrives as a gift, cloaked in humor, relatability. We welcome it into our digital homes. We share it with our friends. Only later do we discover what it was carrying inside. Misinformation spreads most effectively when it is disguised as entertainment. See how one false post multiplies across a network. A funny image about a political figure subtly plants a false narrative. A viral post that seems to be about health contains dangerous and unproven medical advice. Because it comes from a friend or from a source we find amusing, our guard is down. We accept it more readily than a formal news report. These digital whispers create powerful echo chambers. Algorithms are designed to show us more of what we already like. Interact with one false post and the platform serves another. Soon, our entire feed reflects a single distorted worldview. It confirms our biases. It deepens our convictions. We begin to believe this skewed reality is the only reality. The lie, repeated often enough, starts to feel like the truth. We are trapped in a feedback loop where every scroll reinforces the falsehood. The machine is not designed for truth, it is designed for engagement. Consider the real-world consequences. During health crises, memes have spread falsehoods about treatments, vaccines. They have turned public health into a partisan battleground. There is a primal thrill in the dare. It is a test of courage. It is a bid for social status. In the past, these challenges were confined to a small group of friends on a playground. Now, they are broadcast to a global audience. The viral challenge has become a fixture of online culture, particularly among the young. It promises instant fame, a flood of likes and comments, a moment of digital celebrity. The pressure to participate can be immense. For a teenager navigating the complexities of social identity, the lure of online validation is a powerful force. These challenges often begin innocently, a silly dance, a creative stunt, but they can quickly escalate. The line between a harmless prank and a dangerous act becomes blurred. The pursuit of virality encourages increasingly extreme behavior, ingesting harmful substances, performing dangerous physical feats, engaging in reckless activities. The Tide Pod Challenge is a stark example. What started as a dark joke morphed into a real-world danger. Young people dared each other to consume laundry detergent packets. That led to serious injuries and even death. Why do young people participate? The adolescent brain is uniquely susceptible to peer pressure and reward-seeking behavior. The prefrontal cortex is not yet fully developed. Social media platforms amplify these vulnerabilities. Immediate likes and shares create a powerful dopamine hit, reinforcing the behavior. The desire to belong, to be seen, to be validated by one's peers. These are not isolated incidents. They are a systemic problem at the intersection of adolescent psychology and platform design. The platforms are not malicious, but they are indifferent. Their goal is to maximize engagement, and extreme content is often highly engaging. We've created a system that can inadvertently incentivize self-harm for clicks. It is a digital gladiator arena where the prize is fleeting attention and the risk is all too real. We are asking our children to navigate this space with brains that are not yet equipped for the task. Our phones are never far from our hands. They are the first thing we reach for in the morning and the last thing we see at night. This constant connection comes at a cost. The endless stream of viral content creates a state of perpetual stimulation. Our minds are never at rest. We are always processing. We are always reacting. We are always comparing. This relentless digital noise can lead to a pervasive sense of anxiety. We feel a pressure to keep up, to know about the latest trend, to have an opinion on the latest controversy. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, has become a defining anxiety of our time. Social media is a curated highlight reel. We scroll through images of perfect vacations, perfect families, perfect lives. We know, rationally, that this is not the whole story. But emotionally, it is hard not to compare our own messy, complicated reality to the polished images on the screen. This constant social comparison can erode our self-esteem. It can make us feel inadequate, unsuccessful, or lonely. We are measuring our behind-the-scenes footage against everyone else's highlight reel. It is a comparison we are destined to lose, and it takes a significant toll on our mental well-being. The very nature of viral content contributes to this emotional whiplash. The internet can be outraged about one thing in the morning and completely forget it by the afternoon. We are expected to cycle through emotions at an unnatural pace: laughter, anger, sadness, and back again, all in the space of a few minutes of scrolling. This emotional volatility is exhausting. It dysregulates our nervous systems. We lose the ability to sit with a single feeling, to process it deeply. We are always moving on to the next thing, leaving a trail of unresolved emotional responses in our wake. Loneliness is a paradox of our connected age. We may have hundreds or thousands of friends online, but we can still feel profoundly isolated. Digital interactions lack the nuance and depth of face-to-face connection. They are performative. They are mediated. We are presenting a version of ourselves, not our whole selves. This can lead to a sense of being unknown, of being fundamentally misunderstood even while being constantly observed. The very tools that promise to bring us together can in fact reinforce our solitude, leaving us feeling more alone than ever. The internet, it never forgets. An old post, a poorly worded joke, a youthful mistake can be unearthed years later and weaponized. This is the reality of cancel culture. A person is targeted by a wave of online outrage. They're deplatformed, shamed, and often lose their livelihood. The speed and ferocity of this digital mob can be, honestly, overwhelming. There's often no room for context, for apology, or for growth. The judgment is swift and absolute. The digital town square has become a place of public shaming, where the punishment is totally disproportionate to the crime. But this phenomenon, it's not just for celebrities or public figures. Ordinary people can find themselves at the center of a viral firestorm. Maybe someone is filmed in a moment of anger or poor judgment. The video goes viral. Within hours, their name, their employer, and all their personal details are spread across the internet. They're suddenly subjected to a torrent of abuse and threats. Their whole life is turned upside down because of one moment, taken out of context and broadcast to the world. We've given ourselves really the power of gods, to judge and condemn, without the wisdom or mercy to wield it responsibly. The pursuit of viral fame, well, it's a double-edged sword. Today's hero can become tomorrow's villain in an instant. The same crowd that lifts you up can be the one that tears you down. This creates a culture of intense performance anxiety. We become afraid to say the wrong thing, to make a mistake, to just be human. We police our own thoughts and words, terrified of being the next target. This stifles authentic conversation and genuine connection. It encourages a kind of bland conformity, where, honestly, the safest option is to say nothing at all. We really have to question this cycle of public condemnation. Is it about justice, or is it about spectacle? Often the outrage feels performative. People join the mob to signal their own virtue. It's a way of saying, I am one of the good ones. But this collective righteousness can be a destructive force. It leaves a trail of broken lives in its wake. We need to find a way to hold people accountable for their actions without resorting to digital stonings. We need to reintroduce nuance, empathy, and the possibility of redemption into our online discourse. Why are we so susceptible to viral content? Neuroscientists and psychologists offer some really compelling insights. When we see something that is widely shared, our brains interpret it as socially validated. This is what's known as a cognitive shortcut, or social proof. We think, if so many other people believe this or find this funny, then it must be true or good. And honestly, that's an ancient survival mechanism. In the past, following the crowd kept us safe from predators. But today, it actually makes us vulnerable to misinformation and groupthink. Our brains just haven't adapted yet to the scale and speed of digital information. Experts in behavioral economics also point to the role of emotional contagion. Emotions like anger, joy, fear are, well, highly contagious, especially online. A post that triggers a strong emotional response is way more likely to be shared than something that's neutral or purely informative. And, platform algorithms have learned to exploit this. They prioritize content that elicits strong reactions because it keeps us engaged on the platform longer. So, in a sense, we're being emotionally manipulated for commercial gain. Our outrage has become a commodity, and it's being bought and sold every single time we scroll. Dr. Elias Abujaoud, a psychiatrist at Stanford, has written a lot about what he calls the E-personality. He argues that online we become more impulsive, more narcissistic, less empathetic. The anonymity and distance of the screen can lower our inhibitions. We end up saying things to strangers online that we'd never dream of saying to someone's face. This disinhibition is a key factor in the spread of toxic behavior, from online harassment to the rapid formation of digital mobs. We are not our best selves online. In fact, we are a distorted, amplified version. Furthermore, cognitive scientists talk about something called confirmation bias. We're naturally drawn to information that confirms what we already believe, and we tend to reject anything that challenges our existing views. Viral content often plays right into these biases. Memes and short videos can present really complex issues in a simplistic black and white way that affirms a particular group's identity and worldview. It feels good, right? It reinforces our sense of being right. But it also prevents us from learning, growing, understanding different perspectives. The algorithm feeds our biases, and in turn, we feed the algorithm. Memes are more than just jokes. They're really mirrors. They reflect our collective anxieties, our desires, and our cultural obsessions. When a meme about burnout or adulting goes viral, it's because it touches on this shared experience of stress and exhaustion. It gives us a language to talk about feelings that might otherwise be hard to articulate. Memes can create moments of profound recognition. We look at a meme and think, "That's me." A small but powerful moment of validation in a world that feels isolating. However, this mirror can be distorted. Viral memes focus on a narrow slice of experience. They can reinforce stereotypes about gender, race, age. They perpetuate social scripts about how to feel and behave. A teenage girl might see trends that prize a certain body type or aesthetic, and she may believe her worth depends on conforming. The meme mirror shows a version of us, flattened and simplified for mass consumption. This shapes identity actively. We perform identity online with the content we share. Sharing a meme signals our beliefs, our sense of humor, our group affiliations. It's digital identity curation. We build our online persona with every like and share. That creates pressure to be consistent, to keep the brand of me, sometimes liberating, sometimes a trap. What happens when we stare too long into this digital mirror? We worry more about the reflection than the person. We live for performance and validation. Our sense of self is outsourced to the crowd. We judge experiences by how they'll look online. The line between living and documenting blurs. We become curators of our own museums, risking forgetting how to live outside the exhibit. How do we live in this new world without being totally consumed by it? The answer isn't to abandon technology. The answer is to cultivate a new kind of awareness. We need to practice digital mindfulness. Before you share, before you comment, before you react, just pause, take a breath. Ask yourself, who created this content? What is their intention? Is this information credible? How does this make me feel? This small moment of friction can be a powerful antidote to the kind of thoughtless, reactive sharing that fuels so much online negativity. We have to become active, not passive, consumers of information. This means developing our critical thinking skills. It means practicing digital literacy. We need to learn how to spot the signs of misinformation. Does the post use emotionally charged language? Does it cite credible sources? Can the claim be verified by a quick search on a reputable fact-checking website? We need to teach these skills to our children, to give them the tools they need to navigate the digital world safely. Be mindful of our own digital diet. Unfollow accounts that consistently make you feel anxious, angry, or inadequate. Actively seek out voices that are thoughtful, nuanced, and diverse. Use the tools the platforms provide. The mute button, the block button, the see less like this option. And, honestly, take regular breaks from the screen. Go for a walk. Have a conversation with someone face-to-face. Reconnect with the analog world. Finally, think about the impact of our own contributions. Every post, every comment, every share adds to the collective digital atmosphere. We have a choice. We can add to the noise, the outrage, and the division. Or we can choose to add to the understanding, the empathy, and the connection. We can use these powerful tools to tear people down, or we can use them to lift people up. The choice is ours in every single interaction. We're not just users of the internet, we're its architects. We are building this new world together, one post at a time. It's easy to feel pessimistic. The challenges posed by our new digital lives are, well, immense. The spread of misinformation, the risks to our mental health, the erosion of civil discourse. These are real and pressing dangers. But despair is not a solution. The same technologies that cause these problems also hold the potential for incredible good. We have, at our fingertips, the most powerful tools in human history: communication, education, connection. The challenge isn't to discard these tools, but to learn to wield them with wisdom, with intention, with care. A more hopeful digital future is possible. Prioritize authenticity over performance. Value truth over virality. Use connectivity to build bridges, not walls. This future isn't a given. It's something we have to actively build. It requires a collective shift in mindset and habits. Platforms must take greater responsibility for social consequences. Educators must integrate digital literacy into core curriculum. Each of us must be more mindful of our role in the digital ecosystem. The solution will not be purely technological. We can't code our way to a better society. The solution is a human one, rooted in empathy, critical thinking, mutual respect. Bring those values into our digital lives. Remember, behind every screen, behind every avatar, is a human being. Afford each other the same grace and understanding online as in person. Slow down. Listen more than we shout. Seek connection over conflict. This is a moment of transition. We're like the first generation to drive cars, marveling at speed and freedom, while learning to build seatbelts and stop signs. We are learning to live with these new powers. The path forward isn't a return to a pre-digital past. It's moving into a more human-centered digital future.